It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready, San Lobo.
Sit right there, 56.
Bristol, travel.
Pick it up, Pete.
Sit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, I never switch.
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out the back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready. 8-3.
56. Watch the screen.
Hey, orbit.
56.
Topper, topper.
All day, every day, any day. Check three, check three. Kill, 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 kill.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to Cooks. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
54. It's been a long day for you.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Safety's creeping. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check, crunch, crunch.
80 weapon. Now
the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
61, matchbox light.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Check 4, check 4. Check 31, check 31.
Rocket, rocket.
Check 13, check 13.
On first down, here's Breida. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 44, Cousins, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Ready, break.
Watching you drive. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Protein spill.
Tight on, tight on, tight on. Rush in, rush in.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check it out, Bree.
Deep river, deep river.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State was Rashad Penny. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12 at the 11-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Here we go on second and 12. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Come on, fellas.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Throwing on second and 8. Cousins. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down.
Switch.
Hey, stand off. Now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Fair.
Second and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Hey, Charlie.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger.
50, punch. Greystone, travel.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
Watch the ship.
Hey, lock it.
Watch the ship.
Buzz.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
This is Breida. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go, go. Hey, Delta.
58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike.
You better be afraid of me. You better be. Keep dribbling.
To throw is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. To try again after the sack. Cousins. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 yards.
Watch it slant. Watch it slant.
We did it.
Here's Breida. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 13 yards there and a Niner first. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught here by Adams. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, wahoo!
56 to Mike, boy, 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Adams has it complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
56, Mike, 56. I got you.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let's go now. 10-2 start.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Let's go.
On second down, a run with Breida. And the defense obviously expecting run as well as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Throwing on second and long. Cousins, man open, it's Goodwin. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
17 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Mike, 58, right there.
Go team, spill.
Say.
Check 37. Check 37. 5.
On third down, a run from Breida. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down right around the 37. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
56, check 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Hey, Haywood.
Switch. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Hey, exit. Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready? 10 logo. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Ready?
Now it's Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Watch twist. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Leo.
Check 25. Check 25. Check 26. Check 26. Let's go.
They run with Breida. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw.
Man left. We got 4.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. On play action, they'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Let's go now. 30 base. Go, go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check, check.
Hard, hard. Rock, rock it, rock it.
Play fake. Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Cousins. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check it back, check it back. 36, 36. Mine's 54.
Throwing, Cousins. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now Cousins on fourth down. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Cousins to throw it. And able to haul it in is Kittle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
SOS. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Pick the edge. Come. Shit. Showing it. Alert flare.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gold. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
64, weak. Under 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Ready?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Gold. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, stand off. Get it.
They begin with a run by Penny. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
56 Mike.
Hey, Wahoo.
Here we go.
Now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters. And this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On first down, Gold. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
You draw quarters. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Niners, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, raw on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, raw on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money, but I never switch. They say you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for them, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, you be liking my flavor, I think it's God. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, I never switch.
Since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I had it. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex-slick, then he with the